Hi everybody. So today we are going to learn how to draw a penguin using some of our shapes we've used before. Think about how that's like our bear. Do you see some similarities? Do you see that scarf again? So we have this circular shape. We have another, like a real C here. If you look on its side, that's definitely a C and a C. And here. And then think about how we added little arms. They almost look like the letter J, kind of like a W or an M, a V, rectangle, circle, circles, kind of like a V. I just rounded the corners to make it a little softer. So I'm going to take you through the steps of how to do that. And you, of course, can change it any way you want, add what you want. And in the slideshow, I'm going to give you some other choices of how to draw your picture. Okay, so I'm going to show you actually I'm going to do it in a regular marker today instead of the Sharpie because I want to see how it looks when I use some just of the water to give it a little bit of interest. So if I want to make sure I'm leaving room for the body, my head should probably come up about that far. I want to leave enough room for the hat, and then I'm going to do that same little idea for the scarf. There we go, just like that. And then I'm going to make his body a bigger C. And I can either draw another C around it or another C inside of it for his belly. I'm going to make it look like that scarf is over the top like this. So because I started in marker, you can see through it. I'll hide it with a pattern. I'm going to make like an L here to make it look like it's tucked under and over. Okay? So that J kind of shape for his little flipper. And then I'm going to make a wiggly line. Any way you do that's going to be fine. And now here, this part is going to be kind of like an M also, but I'm going to curve it around the shape of that circle. So it's going to go boop, just like that. Can you see already where the black part of his body is? And so now I like to give him that little bit softer nose, so it's like a V or a triangle upside down. I'm going to give him some cute eyes. I'm going to draw a circle, then a circle inside a circle, and I'm going to fill this part with black so his eye looks shiny. There we go. Just like that. I like to give him rosy cheeks also. You don't need to add that unless you like it too. So I have pretty much the parts I want done drawing, and now I'm going to do the hat, and it's going to start the same way as the scarf. It's going to curve around his head. We don't want to make it too boxy. Curve around his head, just like that. And then like a V with a little O inside, just like that for his pom-pom. You can add stripes to it if you want. I can add stripes here. Maybe that'll help disguise where I drew the head. Here I might make some sort of pattern. I'll make a zigzag pattern just to make it a little interesting. Remember how we made patterns on our bear? You can make patterns on your scarf if you want. Sometimes I do that if I don't want you to see where it would be kind of like you're seeing through him. So what I would like to do is I'd like to color, and I'm going to show you crayons because I know not everybody has all the same things I have, and that's okay. I have a lot of them because I'm an art teacher. So what I would want to do is think about the part of his body that's black. So I would color in here, black, like this. And I would color in here, black, like this. And you notice when I color, if I want it to be darker, I do short little strokes instead of like this, because it comes out light. I actually do short little strokes, and that helps me to kind of keep in the space I want to be in, and it helps me to color darker, and it gives me a little more control over the space. So there I go, up and away. Fill it all in just like it would be in nature. There we go. I think I have to add some pictures of real scarves, real penguins into the slideshow. I think you know what a scarf looks like in winter, like this. And I would do the same thing here. And off I go, off I go, off I go, right around. And if you look at the picture of the photograph of the penguin, you will notice, maybe you've even seen one up close. Maybe you've gone to the Bronx Zoo in the past. I think you can still go now, not 100% sure. But the penguins are actually, they love the cold. So I would think if the zoo is open, you could still go visit them. There's more than one kind of penguin, by the way. So many different species of penguins. So you guys should definitely take a look if you want to know all about penguins. Oh, and his little, I'm going to call it his arm, but it's probably his flipper or wing. There we go. Okay, I might take my little pink here, give him a little rosy cheek. We know they don't really get rosy cheeks, but I'm kind of making mine in my own style. And so from there, I would decide on the other colors I wanted to use for the scarf and for the hat and even his little feet. And then I'm going to think about my background color. I know myself, I'm going to probably be choosing, oops, yikes, I got paint on the back of my paper. I'm probably going to be choosing cool colors like the blues, the greens, and the purples. Remember Biv, Roy G. Biv? So it's blue, green, indigo, and violet. And my warm colors, Roy, red, orange, and yellow. And I'm going to just show you also, I know in my landscape demonstration, I use my temper cakes. So I'm just going to demonstrate again with my temper cakes because I know you've seen me use the watercolors. The temper cakes, you can get two effects. With the watercolor, you want to use a lot of water to spread out that paint. But with temper cakes, you can make it a little bit darker. I think I'm going to make him here. I'm going to make it a snowy day, so I'm not going to paint all of the ground. I'm going to leave all of this white. And one little trick I saw somebody do, and I know I demonstrated this in my landscape too, is they added a little blue along what we call the ridge, like this. They even did that a little bit in the teddy bear's belly to make him look like the sky is reflecting on his belly, and even over here. So you might use that if you want. It's up to you. There we go. And then I love to spread out my marker using some of the water. Gently pulling it down so it's not such a stripy line, like this. And it kind of looks like the sky is reflecting on the water. And you'll notice because I didn't use a Sharpie, you see how the black is kind of mixing in? That's okay, I could do that, that's fine. It's my snow-covered land. And then for me, I'm gonna go with more of that purple sky. You could do the old trick we know about and add some snow if you want it to look like snow. This time I'm not being as fancy. I'm just making little dashes that are going to look like snow is falling back here. Like this, like this, like this, filling up the spot. And then I'm going to paint over it. Oh, there we go. You see all those little dashes of color? And I don't want my sky to look stripy, so I'm going to just blend it in. Maybe it's a cold day in the Arctic. There we go. See what I mean about the black? How it kind of runs into the other color. That's okay. It works for me. Here we go. All the way across. Maybe I'll mix some blue and purple here. And I like to mix by blending. Some people like to mix by overlapping. So I'm going to add a little purple, like this, and then I'm gonna blend it. So I wash my brush before I choose a new color. So I keep my palette clean. There we go, I'm gonna add some blue. And blend it together, gently pulling. There we go. Now I know some of the samples I have up for you, the videos that show, they show a lot of times you could do this as a collage. So you could draw your penguin, and then you could cut it out and put it on a painted background where they paint the whole background like this. That's up to you. I like to sometimes save my paper and not use it like that, but collage is fun. You get to cut, you get to paste, and if that's something you want to try, watch the videos that show you how to do it as a collage. And there is my adorable penguin. I'm going to get to work on this part, so I can't wait to see you when we do it together live. Or if you want to, you can watch it and you can do it on your own. Oh, I forgot my next step. So I wanted to show you how his belly will look just like the land was reflected. If I pull like this, it's going to look like some of the white of the color of the sky is reflecting on his belly. Again, only if you want to. I kind of like to experiment and try new things. You might feel the same way. There we go. Kind of makes him look a little rounder too, right? All right, have fun.